Hi everybody, my name is Myles Wallace and I'm with Peak Performers. We're a nonprofit staffing and recruiting agency that helps professionals with disabilities find jobs and advance their careers and helps clients find great talent. I'm joined today by Paige. Hey Paige.
Hi Myles.
Hey, so Paige, what do you do for Peak?
So I was recently a talent placement specialist here on our state side, but I'm going to be moving to an account manager role actually.
Cool, what do they do?
So account managers are responsible for handling the relationship between our client, the state, and as well as our associates on assignment, making sure everyone's needs are being met.
Paige, I wanted to bring you into here today to talk a little bit more about a particular topic. And so could you share with me what you told me the other day about the first time that you ever swore and what was the reaction from that? And you can't say the word. We're trying to keep this safe for work.
So I was probably like 7 years old. I remember being home. I was on the steps. I had my cousins over, a couple of my older cousins, and I had said a swear word in front of my parents. My parents, my cousin, I remember I turning around and just freezing and looking at me, and I was like, this is not going to end well. And I made sure I did not curse until I was an adult again in front of my family.
Swear words, they oftentimes follow this cycle where they have this unspoken power, kind of like they had when we were kids. And then they have this spoken and intentional power when you're really mad at something or you want to hurt somebody. And then eventually they might get normalized and really kind of embraced by the very people that they're meant to hurt. Mm-hmm. And then finally they kind of follow the cycle by normalization and complete loss of power. Last week I was having a conversation that I know you do kind of all the time with a job seeker, and I was explaining a little bit more about Peak Performers, and they'd heard of Peak Performers before, and they said, well, Myles, don't, the people that you work with, they're a little bit different. I was like, different? I mean, well, you work with a certain kind of people, like job seekers? Well, yes, but also a different kind of people. Oh, people with disabilities. Yes, we do. That kind of got me thinking, is disability a bad word?
It is definitely not a bad word. I have that same type of interactions with associates all the time, and then we're starting to learn about who Peak Performers is and what our mission is. We'll get to that point in the conversation, and I'll talk about it, and they'll freeze up and be like, "Oh, disability? Oh, no, not that word. I don't have that. Nope. Sorry, I'm not a part." And I'm like, I give them a minute, and I explain a little bit more about our mission and what that really means. And a lot of the times, usually people end up figuring out, yes, they do qualify.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong with having a disability at all.
I mean, it's part of who I am. It is definitely part of my identity. And, really, I think that as a society, we're still at the point where disability has an unspoken power. But really, what I'd love to see it happen is where it has more of a normalization effect and where it's just part of who you are.
Ableism prevails our society, and we're taught that disability is taboo, and it's not. Disability is not a bad thing. It's part of someone's being, and it's just someone's state, and it's okay to have a disability.
And we say a lot of other things when we mean disability. Like sometimes it'll just, but other times it might be handicapped or it might be special needs. But there's nothing wrong with saying the word disability, and there's nothing wrong with being a person with a disability either.
There's a cool campaign out there called Say the Word campaign, devised by Lawrence Carter Long, the public affairs manager of the National Council of Disability. And the purpose of this is to demand people to say the word disability. Reclaim the word. Don't be ashamed of it. Use the word disability.
Well, thanks so much for joining us, y'all. Again, this has been Myles and Paige from Peak Performers. We'll see you next week. Bye.